Hey guys, Omni here. We are finally diving back into Loki with season 2. It's been a long time. Lots of fun little questions that we've been speculating about for quite a while now. I'm really excited to see where this one goes. Out of all the Marvel like MCU shows that have been on the plot, on the course for the upcoming future, this is one of the ones I've really been waiting on to get back into and just kind of see where things go, especially with the current direction of the MCU as we have left it. What's next for Loki and the TVA? That's really what I want to know. We've checked out some of the trailers. You know, I can't wait to see Quan in here and what role he plays. I hope, based on some of the things, we will finally get Mobius on a jet ski. Lots of stuff, I'm sure, to dive into. Lots of fun little time travel shenanigans to get ourselves wrapped up in and to figure out what has happened to the TVA. So with that all said though, let's get ready to just jump into this, guys. So if you want to see the full length reaction, check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. It's a watch along format, so you win your own footage to sync up with the time codes of our reaction to the entire episode. Over there you also get to suggest and vote on what movies we react to each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind scenes footage to try to make it worth your while, since you are going to support the channel. But guys, I'd really appreciate it if you enjoy this reaction to leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps these videos out. With that all said and out of the way, let's hop into episode 1. Here we go. Great way to start. Oh, like right after the library thing then.
Mobius, it's me. I don't know you.
Oh, god damn. Oh! Oops. Good lord.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Warning. I should be fine.
Okay. Can't have anybody die. I was like, she's dead.
Please tell me you know what's going on. Do you remember me? I got him. I got the intruder.
God damn it. Oh, whoa. Oh, wait, what?
Loki. What?
What?
Just a second ago.
Wait, what?
Oh, you didn't know me. Something terrible is happening. I'm being pulled from... Wait, no.
They've just identified him now. That's the difference. He jumped ahead, maybe?
Has it always been there?
The crack? It's been there as long as I can remember.
Oh, it's in the past. Where's Mobius?
But they don't remember.
Probably in...
What the fuck? Alternate timeline or
3?
branched timeline? Oh, and he's gone again. Crisis on Infinite TVAs? I mean, we don't have a sacred timeline anymore.
Now what?
Now the branches keep on growing and we tell the people of the TVA the truth about this place.
Is this ours? The original?
Hey, everything you've been doing
Sounds
is
like it
wrong,
at least.
and all your gods are dead. How are people gonna take that?
Mobius? Loki was just here looking for you.
Oh,
Loki's here?
Well, he was, and then he disappeared.
I don't understand.
He
okay.
disappeared right in front of me.
Wait,
Maybe Miss Minutes can locate him. You just saw him.
I did.
Miss Minutes? It's not working. Hey,
I don't believe it's just time.
is this on the sacred timeline? Because, looks fun. Jet skis. Sea-doos.
The funny thing about jet skis, everyone thinks that it's a personal watercraft, and it's actually a brand.
I don't care.
Why'd you ask?
General Dox and Judge Gamble would like to see you both in the war room. Wonder what that's about.
War Room. Yeah, so we're back. This is at least where we were before. So was he in an earlier... Oh my God! An earlier iteration before they met him? Or an alternate TVA?
So we're answering to the Judges Council now?
Okay, they probably heard the rumors.
Ah! Son of a bitch!
What's the mood like in there?
That's not a good sign. Oh, no. Fuck. Oh, she's in The Witcher.
And you put out an order to stop pruning.
We just need a moment to explain.
Into the microphone, Hunter. We are...
Oh, I know. I've seen her too.
We just need a moment to explain.
Make it make sense.
Is that guy asleep?
You are quite a marvel. I will be proud to lead with you. You made a difference in this war. Thank you for being on my team.
Oh, this was when the TVA was established, maybe, when there were multiples of him, but when the war was going on and it was established for the first time, and they got the upper hand against his others?
Ravonna Renslayer, you are quite a marvel.
Yeah, dude. That's why that crack's always been there, and we know they reset people's memories over and over again. So that's why Casey present day doesn't remember it.
The timeline is branching. The sky hasn't fallen.
What sky are you looking at? This changes everything.
This changes nothing. We won't let the timeline branch. I'm sorry, Hunter. If we don't protect it, what on earth are you suggesting?
Protect? Is that what you think we've been doing? We haven't been protecting. We've been destroying. There are people with lives on those branches.
All my life, I've always handed down the same verdict. Guilty. And the timekeepers deemed it so.
Wait a minute, was she the judge in the first season? I don't remember. It's been forever. Maybe she was already in this. No. That was Ravonna.
Tell the TVA to stop pruning, effective immediately.
Hey! Finally, welcome.
Loki! Mobius! What you know me? Hey! Help me! Hey!
What just happened?
Just a moment ago, you didn't know. No! Tell me you recognize me.
Oh!
Mobius. We found him. Who? Him.
Oh, that's it. Yes! There we go. That answers it. Or rather, confirms it.
That's who built this place. That's who stole your lives. That's who's coming back.
The timekeepers are fake, but their warnings were real.
What do you want me to do?
We need to know what happened at the end of time. Find Sylvie. She's the reason we're in this mess.
All right, so we got people going in different directions with this whole thing. She clearly ignored.
We got to the man at the end of time. We thought it was about freeing the timeline, but that brings only more malevolence, more violence, more war, more of him. They're coming. They're all coming. I came to kill the devil. Maybe he was, but maybe he wasn't. She was convinced he was. We fought Mobius, and she kicked me through a time door.
Well, I'd ask who won, but
it was a draw.
both kicked each other through time doors simultaneously. No.
I was actively trying not to fight her. I was trying to stop her. She was going to kill him. Just relax, forget about it. I just wish I had tried harder. I wish I'd had more time.
Don't do the coulda, woulda, shoulda. Just focus on what we know.
No.
I mean, did you come straight from the end of time?
No. I was in the past.
You're in the past.
Here, the past TVA.
No, there is no past TVA. Time doesn't work
But
like
it
that.
does now because it's happening to me.
It's impossible.
It's possible, Mobius.
No, it's not.
Oh! Ugh. God, it's so eerie.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
What is it? How does it look?
It looks, I mean, how does it feel?
It's not that bad.
Really? I mean, it look. They call this minutes. What?
You can't trust her. He was there. With him. At the end of time.
No, we gotta get you checked out.
Oh, I love this, dude.
We should be dealing with a bigger problem here. He who remains.
I understand, and we'll get to that.
But he no longer remains.
We need to address the fact that you keep disappearing.
Well, I don't keep disappearing. We don't have time.
Ugh. Ugh. Oh, the stretching of his face. The holes in his face.
Looking at
Ah!
What? I thought you said it didn't look that bad.
I was lying. It's terrible. It looks like you're being born or dying or both at the same time. It's freaking me out.
It's okay. It's okay.
really
Look,
painful.
it's not that bad. I can handle it.
How does it look?
Ah! I don't know how to read that.
He who remains.
Is that what you're calling him, or that's his name?
That's how I was introduced.
Pretty arrogant. It's like calling yourself last man standing.
Fair.
Oh, hey, welcome to RNA. Mobius! Wow, great to see you again.
Good to see you too. Yeah, Loki.
It's like Data, but all scaled up with all the gizmos and gadgets in here.
Nice to meet you, Loki.
Ouroboros. Ouroboros.
But he calls me Obi.
Yeah.
Obi.
I call him Obi.
How long has it been?
How long has it been?
He doesn't look like a snake that eats his own tail.
400 years.
What?
Feels like 1,000, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Remember, you got off on the wrong floor and I told you it was the wrong floor?
Wait, that's right. Yes, because then I stayed for a little bit. He took me over.
No, you left immediately.
See, he doesn't remember.
Well, hold on, Obi. Okay.
The warp order is really pile up if I take a break. So I just keep at it. Forever. No sleep.
Oh, God.
Great being part of a team. So how's the team doing up there?
Pretty great. Yeah, I mean, well, you know about the timekeepers and.
Oh! God, it fucking.
That's what's happening.
Wow, time slipping.
Wait, you know that?
Yeah,
You've seen that?
yeah.
Can you fix that?
No. It's impossible to time slip in the TVA.
I know, but we just saw it happen.
Yeah, I'm having trouble reconciling that.
Is that Sprite? An old Sprite machine? Yeah.
Yeah, I call you Obi.
I like that.
Oh, it's before he got that nickname. Oh, this is when he's seen time slipping.
Time slipping.
That.
Oh, where he already knows.
Impossible to time slip in the TVA.
But you just saw it happen.
Yeah, I'm having trouble reconciling that.
Well, even his memory's been
Never
reset.
seen anything close to that happen before.
Yeah.
Wait. No. There was one time. That guy that was here, what was his name?
Oh, well, fuck. No, they've never reset his memory then.
Yes.
I guess time slipping is possible at the TVA.
So you remember. What did you tell him?
I told him that's impossible.
It's not impossible because I was just with you in the future.
Oh my
I think I
God.
will remember that.
Yes,
Not in the
but
future.
It hasn't happened to you yet. Do you see?
Good point. It sure would be more convenient if we were having this conversation in the future and this were the past.
We were. This is the. Never mind.
Oh my
For the
God,
sake of
dude.
argument, let's just say, if it were possible to time slip in the TVA, how might
It's
one
not.
remedy?
God
I understand
damn.
that. How might one remedy that?
Well, first off, someone in the time you want to end up in would need a temporal aura extractor.
Do you have one of those?
I do not.
What even is that?
One temporal aura extractor.
Great.
Wait. Yes? I actually do have an extractor.
Or is his memory being written now as, I mean, it's time. Never mind. Fuck what I was just about to say.
To the temporal loom so the extractor can pull Loki out of the time stream?
But it could be dangerous.
How dangerous?
Oh, not too bad if you're quick about it. That kind of temporal energy will peel the skin right off you.
Wait, I thought you said not too bad, and now you're talking about me getting my skin peeled off of me?
Oh, not too bad compared to what Loki has to do.
Why? What's Loki got to do?
Violently rip myself from every thread of time and space, all at once.
That means prune yourself.
Why?
Well, when something is pruned, it's released from time. So the hope is that after you prune yourself, the extractor will pull you into the present.
Or you are deleted completely. I mean, what we've all known as pruning was just sending them to the end of time before.
If you fall into a black hole, you turn into spaghetti?
No.
Good.
Yes.
The less you know about that, the better.
This was great. This whole scene.
To violently rip myself from every thread of time and space.
I'd rather have that.
Would you rather be atomically disassembled than never reassembled
Than to
again?
have your skin ripped off?
Yes, then at least you get to live.
Live? What's the quality of life with no skin?
There has to be another way.
I've been doing that all day.
Yeah, power's been, yeah.
Branching's overloading the temporal loom.
Temporal loom.
That's bad. You know, the temporal loom. It's in the TVA guidebook. It's one on every desk at the TVA. It's a detailed index of every mechanical classification.
Nice catch.
The temporal loom is the heart of the TVA. It's where raw time is refined into physical timeline.
Oh, we saw this in the trailer.
But first, Mobius, to fix Loki's time slipping, you'll go out there and launch the extractor. Loki, this time is synced to the loom. You'll stand by to prune yourself within moments after this turns green. If you're too late, you will be lost to time forever, and Mobius will lose all of his skin. You've got about an hour. You've got about 5 minutes.
God, this episode's already so freaking hilarious.
If I don't make it back,
Make it back.
right, but when I use this thing, I might not make it back.
God damn it. Well, he's got 5 minutes and he doesn't have the thing. Does it have to be done in this timeline? Can they do it simultaneously across time? Uh-oh, wait, oh no. Wait, what? Oh, wait, what? Is he in the future then now?
Future.
Were they able to retrofit it, or?
How am I gonna hoof it in this?
You got to.
Or what?
Well, the blast doors will close and lock you out. And then you still will age away, you will age away, and you'll get very old, and all your skin will get peeled away, and you will die.
What is that?
You're good.
OB! Ready to see some hoofing like you've never seen before.
Okay.
Dude, he's great. Wow. Like, how far ahead did it blip him?
Still time.
Oh yeah, it wasn't that far ahead at least. Uh-oh. Go, go, go. You don't have time, Loki! Book it, boy!
4, 3, 3.
Oh.
Not yet. Give him more time.
Sorry.
No. Oh, whoa.
There you are.
Who did it? Who did it? Who did it? Knock him in! Knock him in! Woo! But who did it? Who pruned him? It looked like he came from behind, like he got jabbed in the back.
All this for Sylvie?
I don't buy it.
Oh, fuck off. There was something at the end. 1982, Broxton, Oklahoma.
What would you like?
Not squirrel, not possum, not rats. Something that's already dead and nothing with a face. Please.
Well, you can try our new chicken McNuggets, and we have a Big Mac, and
You know.
and hamburger, cheeseburger. I quite like some quarter pounder.
It sounded funnier when I said Luke without
I want to try everything.
Oh.
Okay.
She can finally live her life. Well, there's an army coming after her. This episode was hilarious, dude. Kihei Quan and his back and forth, just the way he responds, his like reactions and just these pauses in all of the conversations. It just, I don't know what it does. It just works, and it always cracks me up. I don't know how much of this, honestly, just by listening to it, the way everybody was talking, how much of this is scripted and how much is just on the spot improvised, because it just felt like there was this flow. And I will say that like we did kind of hang on a lot of the bits for a little while, because a lot of those moments did kind of like let us sit in them for some time, but those awkward pauses helped make it just that much funnier, dude. Like, while it is kind of pausing the story a little bit, you know, I felt like it was almost worth it just for the laughs in this. Sometimes, obviously, the MCU has run its course in a lot of ways with people's patience and comedy. But here, I felt like it was nicely balanced out, and at least the jokes and the execution was just really well done. And I think it comes from both the writing, the direction, and just the cast. They are all great, and they're just bouncing off each other so well. And this really does a good job at slipping us right back into where we left off with the crew at the end of the last, I want to say last episode, but it technically is the last episode, the last season. You know, with Loki back and be like, who the hell is that? And the statue, him recognizing He Who Remains, and he was just like, that wasn't there before. And then no one knows who he is. And we get the answer to those questions now. It wasn't, I don't know if it was, I don't know if I recall anybody really throwing this one out into the hat. I didn't feel like it was a past TVA. A lot of the general consensus seemed to be that we were either in an alternate TVA, or, you know, because of He Who Remains' death, the TVA we were used to has now been rewritten. But no, it is simply the origin, the beginnings, the past of the TVA. The TVA coming right off the heels of the war itself, with all of the different Kangs that had preceded originally, that had been banished, destroyed, whatever, from the timeline due to He Who Remains succeeding in the end and condensing the timelines into a singular sacred timeline to prevent any of his variants from coming back or being restored or new variants being created. We found that tape recording of Ravonna Renslayer being handpicked by him for her efforts in the war, for allying herself with him. So it shows just how far back they've gone. And though it seems like, to me, just based on the way I read everything, that Kihei Quan's character, Ouroboros, is literally the only character at the TVA that we know of that hasn't had his memory reset. At least between the point where Loki was in the past and where he was in the present. Which is, you know, everybody else. Casey didn't remember him. Hunter didn't remember him. Freaking Mobius didn't remember him. Nobody remembered him. But he did. It took him a minute. It'd been who knows how many years, at least 400 plus years, since he had last interacted with Mobius, which hadn't happened there yet because he didn't have the nickname of OB yet. It's just funny how that all came back into play, because it had to recall these situations going on in the present day, the memories of way back when he had first heard of time slipping. He was like, no, that shouldn't happen in the TVA. And he was like, oh, I have seen this before. When it was happening to the TVA, when it was Loki who visited me in the past. The way they showed the recollection while his memories are actually being formed was really, really well done. There's a lot of great direction in this episode throughout. One, to build Loki's tension, like his state of mind and his panic as he's just being like horrifically pulled to and from places he's not. It takes him a while to figure out where he's going and what's exactly happening. But while he's like not sure where, when, if, what, when he is, like the panic on his face while nobody else remembers who he is was genuinely intriguing and investing. It was really, really well done. Tom Hiddleston sold that so well. Again, the show, just like in the first season, the set design, the production design, art direction, all of it is popping off. Natalie Holt's music is just as strong as it was before. It's the only Marvel soundtrack I've actually downloaded to listen to. I loved what she did with this first season, and I love it here. It just accentuates the surreal nature of the TVA and being in this pocket reality that now, which used to not have a past, present, and future because it was removed from time because of He Who Remains. Whatever happened at the end of time has constituted it in a timeline, or at least whether or not a timeline of itself or just put it back in sync with a time flow. Like, you know, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to dive too far into the mechanics of the timeline within the TVA, but I'd be very curious to see how they kind of dive into that a little bit, if they could expand upon that and elaborate on it. Again, I love this mystery, further unraveling the truths behind the TVA to the point where even though these truths have been revealed that the timekeepers were a lie, this person is the reason the TVA exists, and we don't know if we should believe him or not. But even though Loki was like, hey, he made some really good points, maybe what we did was wrong. That's why I told her we should think about it. But she just could not see him as anything other than this thing she needed to defeat because of what she'd been put through pretty much by him, by his choice, his decisions, which is also a good parallel of what's happening at the TVA itself. You have a faction with Hunter and Mobius, who are against pruning at this point because of what they've found out, that they themselves are variants from pruned timelines, and that, you know, they're continuing to do this and destroy and kill and maim and delete people's entire existences en masse from reality, and they just can't in good faith do that anymore. But then you have the other side who's just like so rooted in what they've been doing, and is like, hey, clearly this is going crazy right now. We don't know what's going to happen. Mobius made a good point. Hey, the timelines are unraveling. They are branching past the red line, and we're still here. We're still fine. So, like, there's like a good argument, I think, back and forth that none of them know what's going on, but we have a bunch of people who are just trying to stay steadfast to what they know. And they are pushing and still hunting Sylvie for attacking the timekeepers, attacking the TVA, and all the things that she did in the first season, which understandable. I mean, she did kill a shit ton of them. So yeah, we got that whole thing riling up while we're just trying to get to the bottom of everything. And yeah, they're not able to communicate with Miss Minutes, even though he's like, hey, she's not answering. He's like, don't call her. She was there. She was with him. We don't know if we could trust her. It's just like all the resources are just kind of being rescaled back. And then just the visuals of the loom itself, the way He Who Remains, or at least the TVA, took what at least at the time was a controllable amount of timelines post multiversal war, that they could loom it all into a singular timeline, keep them from threading off and breaking away, keeping everything on course. But now, with everything just going crazy and cascading, it's too much. It's overloading. So they have to retrofit it. They have to work around it. And to save Loki from time slipping further, they have to remove him from time. I don't know how that works. But he only exists in the present, so like the TVA was itself, does he no longer exist in the past or present? How does that work? I'm so confused about that bit. But it does raise a lot of questions. Like the visuals of it, Mobius going out onto that bridge to do what he needed to do, while Quan was really just trying his best to hold out time for them both. But lo and behold, somebody stabbed Loki. We didn't see who. It looked like it came from behind while he was looking at Sylvie in the elevator. I don't know. It looked like somebody jabbed him in the back, managing to release him from the timeline. So it was at least somebody who helped. I didn't see anybody in the sides or corner or whatever in the frame. So I don't know who it would be. So I'm very curious to see if maybe that gets illuminated in a later episode or anything like that. But I guess we'll find out later. But yeah, man, lots of crazy stuff going on. I really, really loved this episode. It was a lot of fun. It had a great pace to it all. Again, the only negative that I have is that because, and it's not even a negative, it's more of just an observation, is just like those moments with Quan and everybody, because I think it's because they want to use as much time as they have with him. And I totally understand that we just kind of like really drag out some of these scenes. But again, it's hilarious the way they do that, because honestly, it is that awkward silence and that dragging out that makes those scenes funny. So it's really kind of a push and a pull about whether or not that's going to work for some people. For me, I didn't really bump into it that well because the enjoyment, at least, you know, made up for the lack of movement in the plot, and I'm totally okay with that. But like, yeah, man, the whole thing about the skin peeling off and then Loki just being eviscerated and spaghettified, it was hilarious. And then we had a post-credit scene with Sylvie. We don't know where that is in her timeline because we saw her at the TVA at the point in which Loki jumped into the future, but then we jump back to her being in, what, it was in 1982, something like that, and she goes to a fast food restaurant, so I guess that's from the trailer where we see her actually getting a job at that fast food restaurant, but like she's there, and she's just like taking in everybody just kind of living their lives, this thing she's never been able to do, and then, you know, having this peaceful little moment and be like, well, what can I get you? What do you want to try? I want to try everything. Oh, warms my heart, except that she's got a mob coming after her. So we'll see how that goes. But guys, what did you guys think? I'd love to hear from you all. Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If it did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends. Manny Share, Ryan Karen, Yori Scott, Margaret Grace, Melito, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey Hale, Jake Cantrell, Eric Official, Amy Becca, and Casey Wood. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. But that's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all next week with episode 2. Take care, everybody.